What's up, everybody? Welcome to the brand new series, Written in the Sky. Oh shit, that was a bad intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the brand new series, Written in the Sky. It's another one of these visual novels. It's a free game, so if you guys want to play it on your own, it's free on Steam. Go check it out. I don't really know anything about the game, but if it's a free game, I might as well give it a shot, see what it's like. Some of the visual novels that I have played have been really, really good. So let's go ahead and get into this one, guys. Oh, I guess this is a disclaimer. This game contains sex scenes, which you can choose to enable or disable right now. I guess 10 minutes, just 10 more minutes. I eyed the clock anxiously, waiting the moment every student in the classroom yearned for. Just another 10 minutes and I'll be free of this prison. A handful of other students followed my example, watching every second tick by as we awaited the end of another school day. Time seemed to slow down the closer we got. Our teacher's voice became more tired and drawn out, and every moment became agony until at last... "Alright, class, that's it for today." Proving to be as unmotivated as the rest of us, our teacher concluded the lesson with time to spare. "Early mark, heck yeah. Please take down whatever you notes need for the..." "Azur, what are you doing?" Before the teacher could finish speaking, I had stuffed my belongings into my school bag and jumped up from my seat. "Oh, sorry. Goodbye, Sensei." That was rude of me. How can I leave the classroom without saying goodbye to our teacher? "Azur, that's not what I..." Before Sensei could lecture me, I dashed out of the classroom with the kind of grace and elegance one would expect from an 18-year-old high school girl. That girl is 18? What? Really now, trying to chain me to that boring classroom, what kind of life is that? Life is for living. I'll study when I'm dead. I skipped gleefully down the hallway, ignoring Sensei's aggravated shouts and heading straight for the front entrance. As disheartening as it may sound, this is pretty much a normal day at school for me. Pay as little attention as possible, sneak out of class at every opportunity, and then leave the second our teacher puts his chalk down. For someone serious about their studies, such a lifestyle would seem blasphemous. Conversely, anybody interested in club activities or spending time with their friends would consider it a waste. But not me. My only regret is that I can't leave class any sooner or not attend to begin with. Because the truth is, I can't stand this place. What a day. I was asleep in class more often than I was awake, and I'm pretty sure I didn't learn a thing. Papa would be pissed if he knew. After returning home from school, I buried my head in my pillow, immediately reflecting on my actions. Though I had no problem leaving class early or skipping class, my father was another matter altogether. I shuddered at the thought of what my father might do if the school rang him. Having an ace detective for a father isn't as much fun as everybody thinks. He has an innate ability to sense when I'm hiding something from him, and his interrogations are never by the book. I'm no expert in legal studies, but I'm pretty sure tickling me into submission is a violation of the Geneva Convention. As I sighed deeply over my own fate, I glanced around the room for some way to kill the time before my father arrived. Unfortunately, unlike most girls my age, I don't have any interest in fashion or dramas or boys or anything considered girly. Worse, as easy as life would be if I were a tomboy, I have no interest in sports or video games either. The only recreational activity I ever indulge in is the detective training my father has mandated since I was a little girl. Really, Papa, this is all your fault. What kind of father teaches his only daughter about useless junk like that? Even if I did want to be a detective, he could have at least waited until I was out of diapers. If only Mama was still here to keep him in line. My mother left us when I was still a toddler, shot by someone with a grudge against my father. Her parents, my grandparents, offered to take me in, but my father stubbornly refused, insisting that he would take care of me. Unfortunately, his fatherly duty ended there. Always occupied by work, he left me at home alone on a daily basis, leaving me to more or less fend for myself. The only time we ever spent together was his mandatory detective training or when I got in trouble at school. Needless to say, the latter became a habit. It's not that I have a problem with learning. If the subject is interesting, then I'm happy to pay full attention. But every day it's just the same boring, useless junk. Really, the way things are going, I'd be better off. I shook my head as negative thoughts began to cloud my mind. Living such an uneventful life, I often found myself thinking things I shouldn't. I contemplated leaving home, quitting school, or just doing something terrible so Papa would have no choice but to watch over me. Even though I knew such things were bad, with a life as meaningless as mine, I had no reason not to think that way. After all, what is the point of living a life without meaning? An early mark from school, and how do I use it? I really need some excitement in my life. As darkness began to fall over the city, a solitary figure stalked the night. They walked up and down the street looking for an artifact long forgotten. A valuable artifact of enormous value, exceeded only by its power. But no matter how long they searched, the artifact eluded them. It's not here either. I know it's around here somewhere. Many years have been spent tracking the valuable item down, but only now was the search reaching its conclusion. After so many hunters reached their demise seeking the relic, only its true owner, the one person unable to use it, had proven capable. After so many years of searching, praying that nobody would beat me to it, I shall once again take possession of that which is rightfully mine. Tonight, I shall take to the stars once more. Okay. Let me return a text. As another day drearily passed me by, I found myself pacing around the house, waiting for my father's imminent return. I wasn't in a hurry to see him. In fact, if possible, I hoped to spend the night without facing his incessant questioning. But a part of me craved the interaction, any FaceTime my father might offer, and I knew I'd have to face the music sooner or later. Geez, I've been through this countless times, but facing Papa still makes me nervous. I guess there's a reason he's so good at his job. Playing nice cop won't always cut it. As I mulled those carefree thoughts, I could hear the sound of a key unlocking the front door. Welcome back, Papa. Okay, she is not 18. That is not 18. Just saying. Faced with my enthusiastic greeting, my father only stared at me silently. He placed his coat and suitcase on the kitchen table, loosened his tie, and let out a weary sigh. Hard day at work? When is it not? My father turned to face me. His voice sounded relaxed, but knowing my father, it was merely the calm before the storm. Of course, it would be easier if I didn't keep fielding phone calls from your school. Honestly, you snuck out of class again? What have I told you about disrespecting your teachers, huh? In a split second, he jumped from a relaxed tone to interrogator mode. Hey, it's not like that. Oh, then what was it like? Class was already over. The bell was just about to ring. Yeah, well, you can just go to your room and think about what you've done. Papa. Now. Alright, so we're back. Without putting up a fight, I headed straight to my room and slumped down on my bed. I had no desire to further enrage my father, and I knew that the longer we spoke, the more information he would extract from me. So if my sentence was to be a night cooped up in my room, then I'd consider it a light punishment. Not that it really matters. I already ate dinner before Papa came home, and I have nothing interesting to do anyway. Whether I'm in my bedroom, the living room, or the kitchen, it doesn't change the fact that I'm bored out of my mind. The only upside to being sent to my room is I know how to sneak out. Alright. Having escaped from my room, I quickly left earshot of my house. Headed down the street, going in the opposite direction of my school, and aimlessly strolled through the night. Phew, much better. I hate being cooped up in that house almost as much as I hate being stuck in school. It's different if I have something to pass the time, like a good book to read or a new crime documentary to watch. But the other 99% of the time, sleep is the only thing I look forward to. While silently complaining to myself, I lost track of how far and for how long I had been walking. Let me drink some real quick. I crossed countless roads, all unfamiliar to me, and wound up in a part of town I had never visited before. Oh no, this can't be happening. I got lost in my thoughts and forgot to watch where I was going. Worse, I didn't bring my mobile phone, so I can't call Papa for help. Actually, that part might be for the best. If I rang Papa now, I'd not only be scolded for leaving class early, but also for sneaking out of the house. And worst of all, for getting lost. Because according to Papa, a good detective is always mindful of their surroundings, so getting lost is... that's it. As the training my father put me through bubbled to the surface, I combed through my short-term memory, mapping out a path back home. I worked backwards through every intersection, every park... every vacant lot along the way. I never thought that extensive regime my father put me through would ever come in handy. I thought it was just useless information, completely bereft? I have no idea. Of any practical application. But now in my hour of need, I wish I'd paid more attention. I tried my best to recall the path I took, but as I was deep in thought at the time, I hadn't paid attention in the slightest. This is bad. I'm just getting myself more and more lost. I've probably crossed over into another city by now. If I don't find a payphone or someone to ask for directions, then... Just as I began to feel desperate, a shadowy figure emerged before me. I couldn't see their face due to the darkness and how far away they were, but nonetheless I had found someone. Finally, I'm saved. Hey! As soon as I called out, the shadowy figure ran in the opposite direction. Oh no you don't. I chased after the mysterious person, paying no heed to the circumstances surrounding us. Even if I seemed dangerous, shouting out to a complete stranger, in the middle of the night, I truly needed their help. I don't care if they think I'm a rapist or an axe murderer or whatever. The sun will start to come up soon. I need to find my way home, ASAP. When chasing after the figure didn't work, I decided to take a more stealthy approach. Using my father's detective training once again, I stalked my target, keeping my distance and waiting in the shadows. And surely enough, after not catching a glimpse of me for a while, the figure let down their guard. Phew, that was close. My target breathed a sigh of relief, but moments later they appeared to be overcome by wonder. Wait a second. This is... They moved towards the platform in the middle of the warehouse we had wandered into. Though conspicuous and obviously suspicious, the platform had a certain allure, like it was holding a sacred treasure. It is! I finally found it. I need to call HQ immediately. Without wasting a moment, the figure ran outside, either excited or desperate after their interesting find. Now this is quite the bind. I know I should chase after them, I should find my way back home before Father realizes I'm missing, but despite knowing better, I walked straight up to the platform. Sitting on the platform was a box, a small, square black box with strange characters all over it. Whoa, what language is this? It looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. I picked up the box in one hand, then opened it with the other. And inside I found a ring? Inside was a ring engraved with characters similar to those on the box itself. A gold ring, big enough to fit on the finger of a full-grown man, yet slim and smooth enough that a woman might wear it. Huh, that's kind of a letdown. The ring is obviously too big for me, and even if it wasn't, I'm not really into jewelry. Then again, it would be a waste not to try it on. Despite the obvious difference in size between my finger and the ring, I slipped it onto my left ring finger. Hee, Azure-chan gets to be a bride after all. I wonder if Papa will buy me a wedding present. As those carefree thoughts floated through my mind, I remembered something important. Uh-oh. Papa. I completely forgot about finding my way back home. Finally setting my priorities straight, I began to pull the ring off my finger. As much fun as this has been, I really need to get home already. However, as soon as I touched the ring with my other hand... Jeez. What the heck? Uh-oh. What's happening? Ha. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I only wanted to try the ring on, but now I'm a thief. I looked down at my ring finger and the glowing ring adorning it. And how is it that the ring now fits me perfectly? I don't remember having such chubby fingers. That light too. Why did the ring flash like that? I'm so confused. Despite my complicated feelings and muddled thoughts, I kept running. This has to be a dream. Nothing this bizarre could happen in real life. When I wake up tomorrow morning, everything will be back to normal. Left alone in a warehouse devoid of human life, a single being strolled through the darkness. Tracing their fingers along a box wrapped in alien writings, they breathed a sigh of both relief and frustration. To think that a human would lay their hands on the ring before I did, and a young girl at that. I was so close, and yet... The being suddenly clenched their fist and smashed the alien box to pieces. All the time and effort, all those lives lost. Can't afford to let the ring fall into the wrong hands now. If that human girl refuses to hand over the ring, then I will have to take care of her personally.